It is a pleasure to be coming here at Tirupati and attending this national seminar which is being organized in terms of looking at the various aspects of National Education Policy 2020. National Education Policy, I think there are two aspects which kind of summarizes the real theme of the NEP, and that is that first of all, it firmly believes in the indigenous thought process of the Indian society and Indian civilization, and at the same time it asks that we as a society need to prepare ourselves in the context of the present circumstances in the society and the challenges that are being faced by the society and worldwide in terms of climate, in terms of technology, in terms of social inclusion, and all such aspects are being covered by NEP-2020. Most importantly, there has been a structural change in the way school education is taking place in NEP 2020, and I think this is a welcome change because for the first time even in the government is agreeing that preschool education is something which is going to play a very important role in building the foundation of the students, or foundations when a child enters the school system. Till now this has been only in the in the private schools, but now that is going to become a part even in all the schools, including the government schools, and that is something which is going to really help in terms of preparing a child and making them more conversant in terms of their environment, in terms of learning. One more aspect of the national education policy is that it is encouraging the various states of the country that they must nurture their citizens of their states and give them the confidence that they need to start learning in their languages. We know India is a country which has many important languages in which various civilizational texts have been written. And also the 8th schedule of the constitution lists 22 languages which are there, Indian languages. So to encourage the various states to develop their curriculum in the languages that are spoken over there, and to imbibe that within the students and to imbibe that confidence in the students, that because if all of us, the way we dream only in our mother tongues. So if we are able to innovate, if we are able to write, if we are able to create in our own languages, I think the kind of productivity that we can get is something which will be phenomenal from our students. And also we need to have this confidence that worldwide, if you see, in almost all the subjects, whether they are technology driven subjects, whether they are medicinal research subjects, or whether they are academic subjects, across the world we see that there are many nations which may be non-English speaking nations, but they teach almost all subjects in their own languages. And for example, if in Japan even medicine is taught in Japanese, technology is taught in Japanese, and worldwide publishers, they translate their books into Japanese and send it to that country. So it is only that we need to believe that whatever we have lost in the last decades, in the last 60, 65, 70 years, we need to rebuild on that and understand that what Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, when he submitted the Higher Education University Commission report way back in 1948, even then he had mentioned, that report says that large number of Indians are not able to join higher education system because in higher education system, since all the courses have been written in English, a large number of Indians are not able to join and pursue higher education, and that is something which needs to be done immediately, and all the courses should be designed in Indian languages. Imagine if in 1948, if this was implemented, where would we have been today? So that is something, but nevertheless, better late than never. So that is one aspect which we really need to work on, and in that universities are going to play a very important role. because universities with their students and with the scholars and academicians as teachers, they can contribute in developing the various courseworks and syllabi in Indian languages. Along with it, another aspect which I think is important in terms of national education policy is to encourage youth from various sections of society to come into higher education. And the most important aspect especially in higher education is that the NEP-2020 gives equal footing to degrees which are given by universities, degrees which are given by in skill courses, and those which are given by ODL medium, that is the open and distance learning. So in the NEP-2020, the courses which are pursued, whether they are in terms of going to regular universities, whether it is through vocational studies, or whether it is through the distance learning, all of them will be having an equal weightage. Their credits will be same, and therefore when the students when they come out with a degree, there will not be any difference in terms of their evaluation by the market forces. So that is something which I think will be it will give a level playing field to all the students whether they are coming out from universities or from skill courses or from ODL universities. So I hope that all of us together are going to feel responsible in implementing the national education policy and take the country forward.